GST-IN, GST. So GST network. Okay, there was an advisory regarding this HSN. What are the amendments that they are going to bring in from the January 25 return? Okay, so you must be prepared for this change that it is going to come. Now, already you will be aware of the fact that GST portal is not working. Okay, I should say it is a blessing in disguise, because people need not worry about filing the return on the return due date. That is, tomorrow is the return due date, but still the Pongal holidays are coming. So in that background, so everybody will be willing to or preparing themselves to file the GST return one and then take a week-long leave. But the GST has spoiled the sport, I think. We have to be, but they are saying it will be getting ready by 3 p.m. We do not know whether it has got ready or not. But I used to tell, okay, see, if we as a single person commit single error, then we are penalized heavily. Okay, even small error, taking the IGST instead of CGST plus SGST, if you are taking ITC as a IGST, we are penalized. You are not entitled for credit. And then you have to make the correct head payment. All those things are on us. And even if you delay the return by 1 day, then you will have to pay the late fees. But the portal is not working for the past 2 days. That is also very, very crucial days. But who has to blame? What penalty should be levied for the GST network? See, nearly there are 1.28 lakh registered persons who are paying GST. So all those persons, precious time is wasted. So what is the penalty that has to be levied on the GST network not providing the deficiency in service? So that is the question that we have to answer. So in this background, let us go into the why the HSN is very important. We shall come to the analyze the reason and then how to find the correct HSN. These are all the two aspects that we are going to see today. So I used to start every webinar on this slide. Katrathu kaimunnadavu, kalladadu ulagadavu. As a Tamil poet, Avvayar told, what we have learned is only up to what we can hold in the hand, the sand that we can hold in our hand. But what we have to learn is just in the size of the world. So they are taking in this account. Now I can say what I have learned is not even what we can be hold in the hand. It is only tiny bit. அதாவது நகக்கண் அளவு தான் படித்திருக்க என்று சொல்ல வேண்டும். அது கூட சொல்ல முடியுமா என்று தெரியவில்லை. ஓகே. So with this, let us go into the topic. HSN. Okay. So what is HSN? What is HSN? So for this, we have to go into the recent decision by the Supreme Court in the case of Madan Agro Industries India Private Limited. So though this is a decision relating to the central excise provision, erstwhile central excise provision. Now central excise is applicable only for selected commodities, not for all the goods, only the listed commodities. Central excise is attracted, just like petroleum products and everything. So central excise is attracted. So before GST, central excise was there. So under the central excise regime, this case gained a very, very important issue. This case also highlights that HSN is very, very important. Why it is very, very important? So I can tell you what is the reason for this controversy. See, Madan Agro Industries, I think it is a Salem-based company because the case has been filed by the Commissioner Salem. So here they are into manufacture of coconut oil. So coconut oil, you might have seen, it will come in a big packets and also sold in 1 liter pack, and it is sold in 5 ml pack. So the department wanted to tax that 5 ml pack as a shampoo based hair oil. So there is a different rates. For hair oil 12%, normal coconut oil it was 5% if memory is correct. So these are all the two different rates. So the department wanted to tax at the higher rate. So the court actually there are two judges, Supreme Court judges were sitting. They both differed on that issue, whether it has to be edible oil, that 5% ordinary coconut oil, or it is a hair oil. So hair oil is attracting a higher rate of central excise duty. So in this background only, the case was referred to a higher member. So the two judges of the Supreme Court, they had a divergent opinion. So it went to a panel having a 3 judges. So in this decision only, they are dealing with the HSN. What is HSN? So in this judgment, they clearly bring out about the HSN. They say this HSN was brought out by World Customs Organization. World Customs Organization only evolved this HSN system because they wanted to bring the commodities dealing in all over the world under the same codification, same level, so that what is understood in one country, the country which is exporting the goods and the country that is importing the goods are aligned to about the product, so that there can be the proper tax can be levied by each and every country. Because otherwise, one country will say, this is not that item which was exported, so this is a different. To resolving these type of disputes with tarification. So, as you can say, for resolving the disputes relating to tariff classification only, HSN was brought into force. It was adopted in 1983 and then enforced in 1988. So the purpose of this HSN is to resolve the classification. The question is, has it resolved this disputes? No, it has not resolved the classification disputes. In spite of having HSN, there are so many issues are there to tax items, because each and every product cannot be brought into tax because the products are country specific and also area specific in that country. The same thing will not be available in other area. For example, here in Tamil Nadu, products are made out of coconut shells. See, spoons and vessels are made out of coconut shells. Okay, even ice cream cups are made out of coconut shells. You may not find a similar thing in another world, another part. So how to classify? So we have to take the goods which similar to that and then we have to tax it. So taking the similar goods also will involve. So this is not similar, this is different item. So these types of disputes arise even after HSN. So initially, what is the purpose? It was brought out by World Customs Organization. This is very, very important thing. As I mentioned, mainly used for customs purpose only. Mainly used for customs purpose only. And just like a customs, the central excise also, the erstwhile central excise regime, which was a tax on the manufacture of goods, adopted the HSN system as from the customs. So Central Excise Tariff Act was also there. So that Central Excise Tariff also adopted the regime from the customs manual only. So Customs Tariff Act is there. The same classification was adopted for Central Excise purpose also. So Central Excise is for manufacture. Customs is to levy duty at the time of import. So the customs will be having an items which are not manufactured. For example, this item will be live animals. There is a schedule, it is live animals. Live animals are not manufactured, but that also will be finding in a place in the Central Excise Act. Similarly, GST also, the customs is going to be playing a very important role. Customs Tariff Act, it is going to be the major part for the HSN purposes under GST. A link is created between the customs and then GST. So customs and GST, there is a link. Adu enna link? What is that link between the GST and then customs? See, in GST, the rates are notified by way of notification. GST, the rate for goods or rate for services are not forming part of the act. நீங்க வந்து CGST ஆக்டையோ SGST ஆக்டையோ IGST ஆக்டையோ எடுத்து பாத்தீங்க அப்படின்னா you cannot find the rate of tax for the goods or rate of tax for the services. So the rate of tax for goods or services are periodically notified by the government, and also the existing rates specified or revised. So these are all the items that are finding a place in the notification only. So this notification number 1/2017 is the notification that prescribes the rate of tax for goods under the GST. It prescribes the rate of tax for goods under GST. Similarly, there is a notification 11/2017 CTR, Central Tax Rate, that specifies the rate of tax for services. So this is a basic idea of the rates coming into force in the GST. See, there are 7 schedules. So there are 7 schedules in the notification. In the notification, they give schedule number 1 to schedule 7. So what are the items that are listed in schedule 1 will be attracting a tax of 5%. That is CGST 2.5 and then SGST 2.5. Similarly, schedule 2, then schedule 3, schedule 4. So these types of classification is done. But you will not find an item which is 0 rated or nil rated. I'm not taking 0 rated, nil rated. All the items are having a specified rate. So in this notification, so this notification is very, very important from the point of view of taxing the goods. See, the rate of tax has to be as per this notification only. So I know the Prime Minister, so I can charge a lesser rate. You cannot tell. You cannot tell. Okay. Similarly, the officer is also, I am the highest officer, so I can levy any tax like me. Anything I want to wish. They cannot do that. So this is very, very important. The rate of tax is given in the notification and the tax has to be collected as per this notification only. In each and every rate, I mentioned there are 7 rates. Before that, the top, there will be a similar table. So they will say serial number, chapter, heading, subheading, tariff item. Then description of the goods. This is the heading for the each schedule. So under that, they will be giving the goods items. For example, they will be giving furniture, table. So that will be an item finding a place. That will be description. For that, they will be giving a chapter, heading or subheading. So this is the way the rate of tax is specified. Why I am mentioning is we have to bring the correlation between the customs and the GST. So that is the main criteria. So they say in this chapter, heading, subheading, tariff item. So what is this? What is this? See, at the end of this notification 1/2017, there is a definition for various terms used in the notification. In the notification, there are various terms are used, and then what those terms means is given in the explanation to this notification. But for us, 2 explanations are very, very relevant. Only 2 explanations are relevant. One is tariff, subheading, heading, chapter. So this is the heading. As I mentioned, here they are mentioning in the GST notification 1/2017, chapter, heading, subheading, tariff item. This is the heading given. What it means. In the வார்த்தைகளுக்கு என்ன அர்த்தம் என்பதை அந்த எக்ஸ்பிளனேஷனில் சொல்கிறார்கள். They say what this tariff item, subheading, heading, chapter. So they say the chapter shall mean tariff item, subheading, heading, and chapter as specified in first schedule to the Customs Tariff Act. So these items refer to the Customs Tariff Act. So this is the link between the Customs Tariff Act and the GST Act. Okay. Then how to interpret these items? For that Customs Tariff Act, they have got a general rules of interpretation. I shall discuss briefly about these general rules of interpretation. So how these rules has to be interpreted, or how an entry has to be interpreted, has been given in this rules of interpretation. That also made applicable to the GST provisions. By this second, that is 4th explanation. The explanation 1 and 2 are not relevant for today's discussion. So I have taken 3 and then 4. So why I am telling you this is to interpret the rate of tax for any goods. The knowledge of the Customs Tariff Act is necessary, and then how it has been classified, and then how it has been interpreted. is very, very important. Here, that is very, very important aspect is including section and then chapter notes. Section and chapter notes. Because in Customs Tariff Act, see, you'll be having various sections. Under that section, there will be notes. What they mean that. Under that, there are chapters. For the chapter also, there will be notes. That is also very, very relevant for understanding the rate of tax for the goods under the GST. So, this explanation, these two explanations clearly bring out the connection or interconnection between the Customs Tariff Act or the rates as per the customs. Rates is only as per the notification given by GST, but the product description and then HSN has to be coming from the Customs Tariff Act only for GST, not the rate. Rate for mentioned in the Customs Tariff Act is for import of goods, but rates mentioned in the GST notification number 1/2000 is for taxing the goods in India. So this is the link that creates. So unless we have the correct knowledge about the Customs Tariff Act, we cannot fix the rate for the items in the GST notification. Why this provision is knowledge of customs is very, very important means because customs is a tested law. So how it has been interpreted. For example, a black powder, that is powder for the printing, it is coming. So how it has been classified under the customs. At the time of customs importation, there would have been some disputes regarding that. So under what heading they are or what tariff they are inserting and what is the relevant position that is taken in the customs will have a link to the GST provisions also. So we ought to have the adequate knowledge of Customs Tariff Act to find the HSN for the purpose of GST. This is what a basic. Then why this correct HSN classification is very, very important. Because see, the rate of tax or the tax in case of indirect taxes, just like GST, is charged on your sales, But the income tax, the tax is on the income only. So any dispute regarding the rate of tax will have a huge impact on any company. The company may be small or big. And also, actually, in case of GST, you collect the amount from one person and then after adjusting ITC, you make the payment to the government. You do not lose anything from your pocket. But if there is any dispute comes, then you will be losing from your pocket because they have got the powers to call for your accounts for 4 years. From now onwards, it is 4 years. Earlier, it was 5 years. Okay, this type of, they got the power to check your account 4 years. So for 4 years, if there is going to be any difference in the rate of tax charged, then it will have a huge impact on your cash flow. So for that only, I have given an example. See, ABC has got a turnover of say 100 crores. GST as per the company is 12%. They have declared an income of 3 crores. Okay, 3 crores. So this is some of the one example I have taken. Why we have to be very, very careful in classifying in the correct rate. So in this case, the company has chosen as 12%, but department wants it at the 18%. See, the department says, no, this product is classifiable under this HSN. So this product will be taxed at 18%. So the difference is 6%. So on a turnover of 100 crores, the demand will be 6 crores. So it is a very, very huge amount for a company because they would not have collected the amount from the clients. And also, if you are going to ask the clients now, they will say, no, we will not pay. Because now, if you are supplied to another registered person, he will say, no, I cannot take the ITC. So I will not accept to your excess demand for that 6%. Then in addition to that, there will be demand for interest and then in penalty also. So penalty, they will be levying 100% penalty and then interest 18% per annum. So even if the lesser period of 4 years it comes, you can imagine what will be the interest effect on you. So you have to be very, very careful in HSN Otherwise, there will be huge demand on the company that will be eroding your profitability and then cash flow. So similarly, but in case of income tax, I mentioned in the earlier slide, they have declared an income of 3 crores. On the 3 crores, an addition, equal addition, for some reason, another 3 crores is made. They say, see, these are all the expenditure we will not accept. So we are going to add 3 crores. The maximum demand for a limited company will be 25%, 75 lakhs only. So same facts, but the huge impact is there. So the HSN classification is very, very important. We will be aware of the fact, one of the companies in Coimbatore area. So this is taken from the news item. So this is not our case or anything, because this being a listed company, any demand or any events that are happening that will affecting their company, they have to furnish the details to the SEBI. So from the details furnished only, these they have been taken. So there is no need for worrying, oh, the company's secrets are divulged. It is not like that, because it is already reported in most of the financial dailies. So here they have received a demand of 380 crores plus interest and penalty. So the 380 crores is only 380 crores only by way of tax, but in addition to that, interest and penalty. So what is the reason? What is the reason for this? Because they are the instrument cluster. You will be aware of the fact they are manufacturing speedometer and other types of instrument cluster for the vehicles. So department's argument is it is 28%, but they are charging only 18%. So they have gone into some of the experts in this field, and then they are going to file and then fight the case. They will be fighting the case. That's a different issue. But what I mean is, why proper HSN classification is required is because of the huge demand that might arise due to wrong classification. So we have to be very, very careful in ascertaining the product rate of tax, because you should not be confined to only the notification in GST. You have to go through the customs tariff also to understand its relevance. So this is very, very important. Yes, you might be knowing this. Okay, this is a scene from a movie called Tribunal. Okay, the king will say, நீங்கள் எல்லாரும் சாந்தமாக உரையாடுங்கள், அதாவது நீங்க வந்து talk in a pacifying manner. But the Shivaji Ganesan acting as a Shiva will say, சண்டையும் சச்சரவும் புலவர்களுக்கு சமம் அப்படிம்பாரு. அந்த மாதிரி தான் வந்துட்டு டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் அண்ட் assessee or registered person or at the loggerheads in HSN classification. So assessee wants to charging the lesser tax, but department wants it at a higher rate of tax. Why this type of disputes arises? So அந்த இதுல சொன்ன மாதிரி சண்டையும் சச்சரவும் புலவர்களின் பரம்பரை சொத்து என்று சொல்லுவார். அதே போல்தான் the department and the conflict between the registered taxable person or the assessee is a traditional one. It is not confined to now. It has been coming from the day when the tax was introduced. So that is the issue. So for the example, why this type of classification or disputes arise, I shall give an example. One of the case which we argued before the authority for advance ruling. So authority for advance ruling is a forum. Authority for advance ruling is a forum where we can go and then get the clarification. What is the rate for this product? This type of classification or clarification, you can get it from the authority for advance ruling. So in one of the cases, we went to the authority for advance ruling. This client of us was engaged in the manufacturing of springs for car seats. So you will be seeing there is a spring under the car seats. Okay. So these springs, what is the rate of tax? That was the question. Okay. So there is a rate of tax for seating system springs. They say it is a seating system springs. So if it is a seating system springs, the rate of tax is 18% only. But if it is a part of a car, 28%. So these springs are fitted as a part of the car or seating system. So that was the question that we raised before the authority for advance ruling. Authority for advance ruling, fortunately, in in our case, decided that it is taxable at 18% only, because we took the entire seating system of the car seat தூக்கிட்டு போனோம். கார் சீட்டை போய் தூக்கிட்டு போய் இது எங்க இருக்குது, so இது வந்து சீட்டுக்கு தான் மெயின், இது it is not allowed to the car. That was thing we were able to prove, and then we got the ruling that it is for 18%. But this benefit was only short-lived. We'll say it was short-lived, because after them, during the last budget, this rate again, they specifically mentioned, if a spring is used for car seats, then it is 28%. If the seat springs are used for other systems, for example, in the chair that I am sitting and then talking to you, if the springs are used here, then it is 18%. But if the springs are used for car seating system, it is 28%. Now they clarified. Of course, it will come into effect prospectively only. So to that extent, it is clarified. But say, imagine the situation, we are not taken this type of advice or anything, we are not clarification, and then we go on charging 18%. Now the department content, it is 28%. So it will come to the stage similar to pre-call, where the difference of 10% will be sought by the government. So it will be a huge amount for any person, because in addition to that amount, you have to pay interest and penalty also. So this is the basic why this clarification, so why this HSN is very, very important. And customs tariff is more detailed. Customs detail is very much more detailed compared to GST rate notification. For example, yeah, they will say GST notification, they will say you have to mention 6 digits for HSN, but you will find that only 4 digits. So how to give that 8 digits for the classification? Again, for that you have to go to the Customs Tariff Act only. So this is, I will say, the GST notification is very, very abridged. So if you want to know the exact classification, you have to go to the Customs Tariff, because they say, simply they say, see, you have to mention 6 digit. If your turnover is more than 5 crores, you have to mention 6 digits. So that is the criteria for all those things. That is the notification given under GST. But when we refer, does the GST notification has got 6 digits? It does not have for some of the products. But you are forced to mention this 6 digit. So you have to go to the Customs Tariff Act only to get the 6 digit classification. Why I am saying is Customs Tariff is very, very detailed one. So Customs Tariff Act, it has got 2 schedules. The first schedule is import tariff. Import tariff, நீங்க goods வந்து உள்ள கொண்டுட்டு வரும்போது நீங்க கட்டக்கூடிய tax வந்து import tariff. There is a second schedule. It is got very limited items. See, this second schedule is very, very goods of a very important nature that we should not export. For that, they impose the export tariff. So, but from the notification, this notification 1/2007 refers to first schedule only. First schedule only. We need not be worried about the second schedule. So we have to look into the first schedule only for properly ascertaining your HSN. You need not go to the second schedule. So this is very important, because this notification explanation, as I mentioned earlier also, refers to first schedule of the Customs Tariff Act only, not the second schedule. Though the Customs Tariff Act has got 2 schedules, we need not worry about the second schedule. Yes, this is the reason for this meeting, I would say. Advisory. Every meeting I used to tell, okay, even there was a session addressed by me regarding IMS, Invoice Management System, that is going to take place from the current month in a rigorous manner, I would say. Okay, so this Invoice Management System was originally populated by GST network. It is managed by Infosys, everyone knows. But GST particularly gives advisory. So this advisory, we cannot ignore this advisory. But the question arises, where from they get this power to give this advisory? Whether do they have got any legal backing? See, if the government is going to specify rate of tax for goods or services, there it is prescribed in the Act. But GST network, which manages the GST portal, does not have any legal backing or legal authority to issue these type of advisories. But these advisories in future come as an act or rules. So first they issue the advisory, then they make the rules or act according to their needs. So before that, we have to know the advisory given by the GST so that we will be able to fall in the line with the system wants. So it is more or less system driven than the law driven. So what the system or what the portal needs, that is only binding, or that is the way in which we have to file the return or we have to give the details. So that is the issue. In this background, the advisory given yesterday assumes great importance because they say it is going to come from the return that you are going to file for the month of January 2025. So that is very, very important. So advisory 1. So this advisory, they are given in a paragraph or like that. I will split it into various serial numbers so that it will be, we'll be able to give it in a simplified form. The first phase, this phase, they say this is phase 2, phase 3, then phase 4. So this is this, they call it as a phase 3. So in this phase means they refer to phase 3. Manual entry of HSN has been replaced by choosing the correct HSN from the drop-down menu. So you would have seen for the rate of tax, you have to choose from the drop-down menu. You cannot choose any rate you want. So similarly, the HSN you have to choose from the drop-down menu. So this is from the advisory. So how this drop-down menu is going to come, we have to wait and see. So from the drop-down menu only, you can choose the HSN. This is one of the important amendments that you have to be very, very aware of that. So you must be knowing the correct HSN, and then you should not make any mistake in choosing the HSN, because choosing the HSN from drop-down menu may cause a mistakes, because you will be using the mouse. So instead of one number, if the next it goes, the entire thing will become wrong, and then rate of tax may differ, and it may cause a serious damage. Why? I will come to that again. There is a reason for that. Correct choosing from the drop-down menu is very, very important. So now you will be aware of the fact, table 12. This is a table in GSTR 1 which you give the HSN details. You give the HSN and then value, tax and everything that you are giving. Now you are giving in a consolidated manner. Now another burden is placed on the taxpayer. See, எவ்வளவு அடிச்சாலும் தாங்குவாண்டா அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அதே மாதிரி தான் all these burdens are placed on the taxpayers. See, for them it is a simple one-time exercise, but for the taxpayer they have to follow it, and then they have to every month they have to do it. Means it is a very, very Herculean task. But these tasks are properly rewarded or not? No, they are not at all rewarded. They are looked upon as a evidence only. In spite of, even though if you are coughing of 100 crores to the government, they will be looking upon you as you might have evaded. So that is the thing. But this table 12, which we are going to, which is for HSN reporting, is going to be bifurcated into two components. One is B2B and then B2C. So again, this is the burden. So one item, now you will be reporting one item total. For example, cement, you will be reporting the cement so much and then steel so much. But now you have to report what is the amount that you sent it to B2B, and then what is the amount you send it to B2C. Maybe it may be easy, but still there is a burden on you to give these details. So this is very, very important. You have to keep ready the details. Suppose you are dealing in wholesale and then retail, then naturally this bifurcation has to be kept ready before filing your GSTR 1. Now validation. Validation is also introduced. What is this validation? We will see. What is the validation that is going to take place in proposed table number 12? Proposed table number 12. So this is the validation that they are going to do that. Okay. See, now there is no link between what you are going to, what you are reporting in 4A, 4B, 4, 6A, 6B. So that is a registered recipient, B2B, then SEZ and every detail. There is no correlation between these tables and then what you are filing in HSN. There could be a difference, but it is ignored. And then tax liability, that is also not very, very important. Now, this tax liability in the table is going to be compared with your HSN reporting in table 12. So these will be checked by the system, and as initial stages, they say it will be validation, will not be a blocker. Here they will say it will be a warning mode only. See, sometimes we earlier used to get, see, your ITC claimed is more than what is this amount. So this type of warning will come. So, but after that, they make it as a constant one, we cannot alter. So similar manner, here now, this validation comparing to the tables in which you show your taxable supplies is going to be validated against the your table number 12, which is HSN. So this is very, very important amendment that you have to be taken care of in the coming month of January. You are using some software, then and that has to be bifurcated between B2B and then B2C. So as I mentioned, it is going to be only warning message or alert. See, you are shown B2B so much of taxable value and then so much of tax, but what you are showing here is less. So this type of pop-up may come. What is the type of pop-up that is going to come? We have to wait and see. But they say this type of pop-ups will come. So, but they can go and then file their returns. So this is very, very important. So alert message only will be coming. So, but in future, they may make it as that without reconciling these figures, you will not be able to file GSTR1. That type of situation may come in future. So it is a period for aligning the requirements of the government. Now itself, you take the case. If at all any alert message comes, do not file with the alerts. Try to ascertain the reason for any difference and then reconcile the same. Ensure that the alert message goes out and then file the return properly, because in future, when the government freezes or it forbids you from filing the return with these alerts, you will be useful when you are reconciling now itself in this period. B2B supplies. Already I mentioned table 2 will have two tabs. One for reporting B2B and then one for reporting B2C, HSN wise. So once you are shown B2B supplies in the GSTR1, you cannot keep your table 12 B2B tab empty. So whenever you are reporting some B2B supplies, the same has to be reported in the table 12. When you are keeping it empty, now it will not allow you. You have to fill this table 12 for B2B, then only you can file the GSTR1. See, as I mentioned earlier, see, these are all the theoretical aspect I am telling, theoretical aspect. Once it comes only, but this theoretical aspect you have got the practical utility, because GSTR1 is the basic form from which all the other forms emanates. So this is a basic form. So understanding how to fill this form is very, very important. But what is stated here may not be in the same format I tell. There could be some changes, because in IMS invoice management system also, whenever what was the advisory given and then what it came, there are some small changes were there, but not the major. The concept remained the same, but there are small changes. Here also there could be some small changes. So here one of the thing is, once you are reporting B2B, then naturally you cannot give the table 12 B2B empty. So you have to fill that figure, then only you will be allowed to file the GSTR1. Now the question comes, what about the amendments? See, if there are any mistakes are there, then you can amend it. So in the you can make the amendments. There is a table is provided for that. So what will happen? They are very, very clear. Because whenever you are making the amendments, you have to give the reference to the original invoice. Suppose this original invoice, you are given as a 10,000, but now it is 1 lakh. You are by mistake, you are given as a 10,000. Now you, by giving the reference to the original invoice, and then you make it as a 1 lakh. So you will be putting that 1 lakh. Now the question arises, how the system will validate? Because now the liability is only for 90,000, not for the 10,000, because already you are reported in the earlier month. So for that, they say the system will take care, and then it will take into account only the difference amount. The difference amount of 90,000 only will be taken for the purpose of validation, because we say the tax amount reported and everything will be validated. So the question arises, when you make the validation, how the system will see? Will it say take the total amount of 1 lakh reported now, or only the difference of 90,000? According to the advisory, only the differential value will be taken for validation. Because if they take the total value, the tax payable and the tax paid will become a different amount. To get over the situation, they are very, very clear. Only differential value will be taken for validation in case of any amendments. In case of any amendments. Yeah. A new button they are going to introduce in table 12. A new button. They say it has been introduced, but I have not seen anything now, because already the portal is not working. Because I could not see this anything has been introduced or not. They say it has been introduced in table 10. Download HSN code list. So that is the thing that they are saying. Download HSN code list. So when clicking this, they will be able to download an Excel file with updated list of HSN and then SAC code. SAC code is for services. HSN is for the goods. So for goods and services along with the description. So you will be able to download this using this new functionality that is going to be introduced in table 12. So it is a welcome move. Then searchable option. See, now you can have a product name in your master. In your master, you can have a product name. Now they are going to give a optional facility. They will compare your master, and then it will be comparing the HSN code, and then it will be auto-populated if it matches. What is your populated, and then it is populated. If it matches, it will be getting auto-populated. They say it is an optional functionality. You need not follow the same. So this is an optional functionality that you have to, you can use it, provided your HSN master is up to date, and then it contains a correct description of the goods. Even now, there is a option for searching the HSN, but most of us, we do not say or check into that, because we always worried about return filing. So we go to the return dashboard, file the return, and then we do not look into the other facilities available in the portal. Okay. There is a search facility, taxpayer services. There is a service to search the HSN for the particular description of the goods. But there is a disclaimer in the search facility. So they say guidance given by the department is not binding on the department. Here I will say there is a practical case we argued, because for particular item, when we put it in the search and then we get the HSN, it comes to 5% only. But department officials are not accepting it. They say there is a customs case law is there, so it is taxable at 18%. But when we put it in the search as per present search, we are getting only 5%. But department is not accepting it, because there is a disclaimer given in the search facility. It is only for guidance. It will not be binding. So now they are going to give a search facility. Again, if it is going to be a disclaimer, it may not be of any practical use. We can say, again, the disputes will come in the future. Then HSN requirement. HSN requirement. So what is HSN requirement? This is what the notification number 12/2027, 2017, which specifies up to the turnover, aggregate turnover. This is the criteria based on the previous financial year. If the previous financial year, if your turnover was, aggregate turnover was up to 5 crores, you have to mention 4 digit. More than 5 crores, you have to mention 6 digit. Previously, it was 2 digits and then 4 digits. Now they increased it to, so that the product, see, the higher number of digits in the HSN, it means more specific or the more clarity about the product. So government wants the product to be more specific, so that only they increase the number of digits for HSN. So this is the notification which says about the HSN requirements. Okay. Then question arises. What are the documents in which HSN should be mentioned? So when I searched through the rules, they mention only on these 3 documents HSN should be mentioned. Tax invoice, bill of supply. What is the difference between tax invoice and bill of supply? Tax invoice for the taxable goods, bill of supply is for exempted goods. So even bill of supply, even though it is exempted, you have to mention HSN. For delivery challan, whenever you are not issuing the tax invoice or bill of supply and you are moving the goods, it has to be accompanied by a delivery challan. So delivery challan for job work or for sending the goods sale on return basis, you have to use the delivery challan. Here also you have to mention HSN. Why I am telling is, there is no need to mention HSN on debit note or credit note. Debit note or credit note is HSN தேவை இல்லை. ஏன்? Why we see? Because a credit note is issued with reference to a tax invoice. So your tax invoice will be having a HSN. So for that only you are issuing a credit note. Similarly, debit note, you will be issuing only for a existing tax invoice. You cannot raise a debit note for a, say, a taxable transaction. There should be a tax invoice, and if there is a lower amount charged in the tax invoice, you are going to increase it. For that, you are going to issue a debit note. So in that situation, the original invoice will be having a HSN. So you need not mention it in the delivery note, debit note or credit note. So that is the reason. So far, we have been dealing with the goods only. Now question comes services. So services, as I mentioned earlier, notification number 11/2017 specifies the rate of tax for services. Rate of tax for services. Okay. So in that notification also, there is an explanation. They say reference to chapter heading wherever they acquire shall mean respectively as chapter section heading in the annexed scheme of classification of services. So this notification 11/2017 has got an annexure. In that annexure, this classification of services is given. So you have to use the heading or the given the number. You will say service accounting code, SAC service accounting code, that you have to use for in the tax invoice for the services. So this annexure gains very importance for the services. So on that basis only you have to give the SAC in your tax invoice. Because this is the one item that I have taken from that classification as per annexure. Why I have given this is, even for services, there are so many classifications are there. So you have to put the correct classification. For example, 995411. So this is single dwelling or multi-dwelling. Okay. Suppose you are going to build a old age homes, then the HSN or service code differs. SAC service code differs. So construction of industrial building differs. So similarly for each and every services, machinery repairs, there is a detailed description, service description is given, and then for that a relevant service code is given. So you have to understand what is the service that you are rendering, what is the exact nature. Because somebody simply they put construction service means 995411 without classifying. But the department wants these type of classifications. Even before, even below that, there are so many classifications are there. but just for the illustration purpose, I have given this classification, because service classification also has to be followed by you meticulously, so that you give the correct service accounting code. So kindly, anyone is rendering service, because job work service is there, job work, various types of job works are there. So for that, give the correct classification or correct service code, even though you are in the service business. Okay. Now, general rules for interpretation. There is a general rule for interpretation of this schedule. See, in the Customs Tariff Act, I told this first schedule is very, very important. So the first schedule, it is a very, very voluminous thing. There are so many chapters. I think nearly 96 headings are there. Okay. So first sections are there, and then chapters, 96 chapters. If my memory is correct, 96 or 97 chapters are there. And each and every chapter has got a very length of items. So under what classification it will come? So how to interpret that schedule? For this purpose, they have given general rules for interpretation of this schedule. This is very, very basic document. So unless, because the topic is why and then how. Why HSN, then how. So how, this is the answer. For ascertaining the how the HSN has to be classified or how HSN has to be ascertained, you must have the thorough understanding of the general rules for interpretation of the schedule. Though this schedule is very, very, these rules are very, very simple, but it has got its own complication. It gives sometimes guidance, sometimes it also results in complication. But as such, this general rules for interpretation itself is a topic for the discussion. But it may not be useful for the general audience like you, but it will be useful for the chartered accountants or lawyers who are in the field to analyze and then give their opinion for the rate of tax for a product. Because as you might have seen, PRICAL, the demand, the instrument cluster, department takes it as a 28%. So the council has to put his argument, no, it is taxable at 18% only. Then only PRICAL will escape. Because see, that is not the issue for the preceding or the completed financial year. The company has to take decision for the other, so the future sales also. The question arises, whether they have to charge 18% again or whether they have to charge 28%. These are all the crucial decisions that has to be taken. Because if they are confident in winning, they can take the chance. Okay, we will charge. And in this area, the pressure comes from the marketing side or sales team of a particular company. So the marketing team head or sales head will come and then tell the finance person, sir, நீங்க வந்து 28% சார்ஜ் பண்ணுன்னு சொல்றீங்க சார், மார்க்கெட் வந்து இன்னொரு காம்படிட்டர் வந்து 18% தான் போடுறாரு சார், நான் எப்படி சார் 28% போட்டு விற்க முடியும்? So these types of are pressure tactics which the finance person has to carefully evaluate. Because marketing, in order to increase the sales, they will be opting for a lower tax, but it will be very, very difficult in the future if the department comes up with a higher rate of tax. So for this, you have to understand the general rules of interpretation. Without this understanding of general rules of interpretation, one cannot give a view or opinion regarding the rate of tax for the goods. I am not going into each and every rule because paucity of time, and also it is not required for the general audience like you, because you are more concerned about what is the HSN, what is the rate of tax. So they say, as I mentioned, the Customs Tariff Act, first is section, then chapters, then sub-chapters. So, for example, metals, this will be metal items will be classified under one chapter. Okay, vegetables and everything, another chapter, and another section, not section. So under that there will be chapters. That will be somewhat homogeneous will be there for chapters, then sub-chapters. So the titles given are not for reference only. So the titles are given, but for each section and each chapter there will be notes. There will be detailed notes for each and every section and chapter. Only these are relevant, not the headings. We used to say, Don't judge a book by cover. So just like that, do not assume a rate as per the titles. Do not do that. Read through the chapter notes and then section notes. Then only you refer to the relevant case laws to ascertain the exact rate. But you cannot find equivalent HSN for every item, because it will be useful for, it will be used in one particular type of content. For example, if a person wants to make ready-made idiyappam, because Customs Tariff Act is based on the World Customs Council. World Customs Council, அவங்களுக்கு இடியாப்பம்னால என்னன்னு தெரியாது. So idiyappam is only for our region. Or for example, Jaymohan is there. Jaymohan from Kerala. You know, Kerala appam is famous. So you cannot go through the notes and then find out appam எங்க இருக்கு. Sir, appam இங்கறது இல்ல சார். அப்ப டாக்ஸே வராதா? கிடையாது. So you have to refer and then so you have to find a akin product, then on that basis you have to charge it. So this is the first thing. Do not go by the titles of the section or chapter notes. You go through the chapter notes and then the headings, then only you can give the rate of tax for that product. This is first rule. Then rule 3A. It has got many rules. Only I am due to pass your time and then considering the audience, I am telling. So rule 3A. So general description, particular description. Okay. So you have to go to the specific description. If it is for specific description, go to that. If it is a general description, so only the first specific description will prevail over the general description. For example, you are manufacturing a bolt nut. So if it can be used for anything, you can use only for that. It is a general purpose. But if you are manufacturing a bolt which can be used only for a particular type of car, then it will go as a part of a car only. Okay, because there is a specific description for parts of the car. So it has to go, it will not come into the general description of bolts and nuts. So this is some of the rules. So it has got so many classification. So some two goods are combined. So how to classify them? All those things are there in this general rules of interpretation. So on this basis only, how it is for the from the general interpretation clause given in the Customs Tariff Act, then only you can ascertain the correct rate. Why? Already I have mentioned, because the tax effect is very, very huge. So you have to be very, very careful in choosing. And then this new tab 12 is going to be bifurcated. These are all the things that is given in the advisory. So in this background only, we thought we can inform our valuable audience about the changes that are going to come, and then what is the importance of HSN, and then how it has to be seen. These are all the areas we thought we shall enlighten you. Hope it would have been very useful for you. And then thanks for your wonderful participation and then supporting us in each and every webinar. Thank you one and all. Now, if you got any clarification, you can raise it. Anything?
Good evening, everyone. Paul sir has taken you through the length and breadth of what is HSN, what is the significance, everything he has already shared. I just wanted to share one case law regarding the significance of HSN. So there is, in the year 2012, there is one case from Delhi. So most of you might be aware of the brand McDonald's, and most of you would have also had enjoyed a cup of ice cream from their outlet. So there is a specific ice cream which they have termed as softy. So this it comes in a cone with a soft swirl like shape on the top. So this ice cream, I'm talking about the significance of HSN classification, and even after going through the rules, general rules of interpretation, there might be a point where there can be another perspective which would help you to aid in the classification of goods. So in such a situation, what happened? The McDonald's company, they classified it as another product which doesn't fall within the ambit of ice cream. In the erstwhile tax regime, which was central excise, there was no specific definition which was attributed to the term ice cream. So backing on the technical parameters like the milk solid content and all such other technical parameters, the company classified, company said that this product of them, this softie would not fall under the category of ice cream. And the tribunal also told that, tribunal also decided in the favor of McDonald's. But after that, the case went on to the Supreme Court, and in the Supreme Court, an interesting theory called as trade parlance theory or common parlance theory was put forward by the Supreme Court, and this case was decided based on that theory. So what is that theory? How this product is perceived by the end consumer. So this product is perceived by the end consumer as an ice cream and not as anything else. So this was the fundamental principle which was tested by the Supreme Court. And in this case, after the Supreme Court's verdict, the McDonald's had to pay the central excise duty with arrears like from previous years. So this is the significance that classification has got. So please ensure that all of the products or services that you are dealing in is you are charging the correct rate. So that is what I just want to summarize. Thank you, everyone. Anything else?
Yeah. Any clarification?
Yeah. Filter questions.
See, we are manufacturing jewelers. We are using SAC 9922 for coolie receipts in the portal. Table it is showing services by way of any treatment products belonging to another person, including by way of job or chapters. Sir, this is a HSN code option. It is in jewelry manufacturing service. Sir, because there is a specific rate of tax for jewelry manufacturing, whichever is attributing that we can tell. But if you want, we have to refer to the, I told you, there is an annexure to the notification. On that basis only we have to clarify, sir. We shall check and then get, sir. Government link for searching HSN. So that is what they are saying. They are going to give that HSN file through table 12 menu. The Excel saying HSN service by of job work in relation to product other than diamonds falling. Sir, actually, see this type of specifics. If you want to answer, we have to be a robo like a Endran movie. Then only we will be able to recollect and then do it. As we used to tell. HSN classification, we have to refer so many things, then only we can come to a conclusion, sir. Because there are so many items. See, for example, Customs HSN Tariff Act is nearly 1,000 pages. HSN is nearly 1,000 pages, HSN. So we have to go through that, then only we will be able to tell, sir. TDS, see, TDS. If the amount crosses 30,000, you have to do that. Otherwise, 1 lakh you have to make. If supplier makes his interest. Yes, sir. There is a case law is there, sir. When he has paid the tax, you can take the full amount ITC, sir. Full amount ITC. Kindly for PPT to mail ID. Yes, it will be done. Sir, see, this is already we had a seminar on jewelry sector. Okay, here also they say the see, you are getting the gold and then you do not do anything and then you give it to the others, because there is a definition for job work. Job work means any treatment or process done by a person on the goods belonging to another person, but you do not do anything. See, it doesn't mean, in our opinion, it has to be only 5%. Because you are not doing, it doesn't mean that only you have to do that. It means a processing done by another person material. It need not be by you. See, that means if there is a proprietor is there. He is employing 5 employees. He doesn't do that. He doesn't know about the job work or anything. He employs 5 goldsmiths and then he getting done. So naturally he will be charging 5%. So in my opinion, it has to be 5% only. HSN for turnover limit. See, HSN for turnover limit, already I showed it in the table, no? See, up to 5 crores, you have to give 4 digits. Other more than that, you have to give 6 digits, sir. So that is a thing. Only 3 phases. Will any more phase will come in the future for reporting HSN in every single invoice? Yes, absolutely. Yes, because in a movie Tupaki, they will, Vijay will be saying, I am waiting. So just like that, in that advisory they have given, let us wait for the 4th phase. Wait for the 4th phase. That is the thing they have given. So let us wait for the 4th phase. In a provisional store super, they are maintaining. See, that is the reason they want the details for even B2C. See, they say they are not maintaining proper item, that we cannot tell. Because now there are so many softwares are there to choose that item and then they print everything. So we cannot say that. Now government wants to know. So what is the item that you have purchased? For example, in case of supermarket situation, what is the item you have purchased and then what is the item you have sold? That type of correlation they want to ascertain. For that purpose only, even for a B2C, they got a separate item. For B2B, why they are seeking? So B2B, when you are mentioning the B2B, whether you are purchaser and then sale, reconcile, and then other person who is buying the goods, whether it is for his own business purpose or not. To ascertain these only, they seek this HSN in a table 12 in a bifurcated manner. GST in portal, we can add HSN, that is not an issue, sir. Yeah, HSN turnover limit, it is mandatory for all registered person. Yeah, for HSN B2C is optional for, yes, it is right, sir. B2C, it is optional up to 5 crores. Up to 5 crores for the person, sir. Yeah, that's what, how to comply with that. As I mentioned earlier, now portal is becoming the powerful authority than anybody else. Yes, sir. Thank you one and all for your overwhelming participation. I thank everyone for your patient hearing. Thank you. Let us meet in the next week. Thank you one and all.
Thank you, everyone.